What's up guys, this is Wenzes. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about this thought of nobody understands me that a lot of INFJs feel. And I know I used to feel it all the time, or to think that, and to feel like there's nobody out there that can really understand what I'm about, what I want, what my wishes are, what is important to me, and that makes you feel very isolated, right? But there's a solution to it. Trust me, because I do not feel like this anymore. I do feel like I get all my needs met. I can share everything that I want. And of course, I'm in a very unique position here because I have this channel. But I really believe that this thing that I overcame it really rapidly, and it wasn't necessary for me to have an outlet like that specifically where thousands of people are watching it daily, and then you can have this feeling of, oh, okay, now I'm feeling hurt. That's not it. But the thing is this, as INFJs, this is a very rare type. You will come across that a lot of people who do not understand you just because you're different, and there are not that many people who are similar to you. So for example, if you're an ISFJ, and there are a lot of ISFJs out there, specifically women, you're never really gonna feel like there's nobody you can talk to, because at work you'll find another ISFJ, in your sports club you'll find another ISFJ, and you'll really meet on similar things that are in the real world, as in, for example, you both love to cook and then you meet in a cooking class or whatever it is, and you share common interests. That's different for INFJs, because first off, it's a very unique, the INFJ world, not even the INFJ world in particular, but introvert intuition is very unique. So I build up my world based on things that I've experienced. And it doesn't really have to say that every INFJ is like the other INFJ, because I personally have experienced completely different things than another INFJ. So of course, my conclusions, combined with introverted thinking, will be different than yours. That's just natural. But so once you realize, well, okay, there is no chance for me, let's say in the real world, and I don't like to call it this way anyways, because for me, this has all been combined, which is, not the online world. People will not really understand what I'm about, what I want, and what is important to me. So as I said, my parents, my friends, people from work, they know I have a channel. They know that I talk about so many things that are important to me, and there are people who, appreciate it, but they have no idea what I'm doing here. They do have an idea, but it's nothing they would tune in. It's nothing they're benefiting from that directly. Because when my friends really benefit from me, it's not me sharing my thoughts. It's me being there. It's me understanding them and helping them, but in a very unique situation, as in what is good for them. But that's not why we feel misunderstood. Because you could think, well, I'm helping my one friend and I'm helping my other friend, and I understand him so well, so why do I feel misunderstood? Since I help them, there's a way of me contributing to their world, so there's a way they can understand me, and so on. But the truth is, those thoughts, you creating your world and you having this intuition and all of that, and the combination and the feelings of that, that is very unique. And most people that you meet on the street, you will not be able to share this with. But gladly, we're all living in 2019, and the internet is a real thing. Well, see that. And there's not only bad things about it, as in, oh, I'm being all the time on social media, and that gives me a feeling of, not being good enough, and all of those things going on. There are huge things going on because of social media that are so positive. And one of them is that for the first time ever, you're able to reach people who have similar interests like you, because you have similar interests, because you believe in similar things, and you can share your thoughts with them. That's the amazing thing. So the moment I started expressing, I'm sorry about the light, you can see this, let me see, for the first time, let me just say this, I'm so happy because now the sun is coming up. I said it in another video. Normally, in the last months, I was only able to do videos between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. because it just wasn't light enough. And now for the first time, it's oh, sunny and beautiful. Ooh. Okay. But I'll try to make it work like this. Let's see. Okay, what was I saying? So, yeah, the internet is a great way to like meet people who you have similar interests with. So I'm a fan of online dating. I'm a fan of finding friends online that you have similar things, because specifically when you're not like the mass, this is where you can find an outlet. So I'm really encouraging you to like look into this. And it's not just like only INFJs, right? I'm not saying, oh, start talking to other INFJs in forums, in groups, in comment section, because we all know it's not like every INFJ is an angel. Like there's so many INFJs, just like every other personality type, who are just mean and jerks. And some like groups are just like negative. I'm not saying do that, but you can still share certain things and your feelings with people who are like looking for that information. And as I said, it doesn't really have to be, it doesn't really, let me switch this like this. Let me see how I'm gonna do this, because this is, okay, now that's better. So I'm not saying like you have to talk to INFJs, but there's certain things that you have ideas about. Let's say a political direction. So go share and like share that with other people who want that. If you're all about, let's say, animal activist, like you're an activist to make sure that animals are treated better, go share that with people who share that thought. Like if you have like this thing in you that is like so deep and it's that fire, and if you feel nobody can share that with you, go out and actively look for that. That's the whole thing of being proactive. We cannot wait and sit at home. It's like the same thing of people saying, well, I want a relationship and I want to meet somebody, but all you do is stay home. You don't talk to anybody outside of that. You don't like, when you go to bars, you barely ever have conversations. That's like, for some people, that's just not it. For me, for example, that's why you have the internet. You have the possibility to like really precisely talk to people who have similar interests like you. And once you do that, you feel like suddenly you don't feel misunderstood by your friends at all. Because the main reason why we feel misunderstood is because there's a part of us that cannot be seen. That those needs of ours are not being met. But the moment you find an outlet how those needs can be met, then suddenly you start appreciating what you can share with your friends. And then I realized, well, actually, there's so much I can share with my friends. There really is. Like, okay, now it's better. I can do this maybe. Yeah, there really is. Like as I said, with one friend, I'm all about ambition. With the other friend, I love to talk about the newest fitness thing. With the third friend, we have like those emotional conversations and we're all about music and so on. And I can appreciate them because my biggest need, which is to actually be seen for, let's say, my ideas and what I believe in and so on, I take care through talking to people who are open to this. You cannot wait and sit at home and say like, nobody understands me, I'm all alone. Like, that's very natural, don't get me wrong. There's no judgment behind this. I know how hard it is and to feel this way, but it's not like you're getting an award for that, for sitting at home. And it's like pretty much giving away all the responsibility. When you sit back and you kind of say, well, destiny is gonna bring me what I want, or my destiny is to be alone, and that's why you stay home and do this, then, that's just not going to help you at all. You have to take responsibility for your life and say, well, actually, I want this in my life. I want to share my thoughts with people. I want people to actually see this and say like, is this good or not, or what they feel about this. Then I have to go out and like get it. I have to go out and share it with people who care about this, and be okay that some people will say, well, that's not mine, because then I know like, okay, that's not for them. But I believe in this, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna find people who I can share this with and I can learn something from, or they can learn something from me. We can all together do something about it and just like share this world with them, And once you have taken care of that, everything else kind of like falls into place. But you have to be willing, and that's the whole thing why so many of us don't do it. The moment we take responsibility for our life in this way and say proactively, I'm responsible for finding a partner, as I said, online dating is one thing, with matching points, so on and so forth. That's like something so many people do not even take into consideration. Although they're introverts who never go out, who never talk to anybody, but they want a relationship, well, that's why we have the internet. You know, it's not just about swipe left and swipe right. There are a lot of places where you can really find people. And as I said, it doesn't even have to be like on an online dating site, but you will meet people with similar interests, with similar things. And that's the same thing with friends or just people you have mental, stimulation with, and you can share your thoughts and grow with. And there's so many communities. Like, it's unbelievable how many are out there that you can like get a need of yours met. Not even like by sharing your thoughts, by like seeing that something exists that is similar to you in a way. And it doesn't have to be that one world that is everything. Like, I learned that very quickly. You cannot wait for that one person who will understand everything, for that one friendship group you can share everything with. And the same thing is with the internet. It's not like you'll have this one group and they will be your best friends. And I'm an INFJ and there's another INFJ and now I can be myself. It's still a completely different person than you, but there's still things you can share with that person, you can share with that person. And once you take responsibility for this and you get those needs met by those people who do understand, you do not feel like misunderstood. I do not feel like nobody understands me, and I don't feel that my friends don't know me just because I don't share the thoughts I'm sharing with you with them at all. And I used to feel that way. And I believe that because it's not about that one person. If that one person completely understands me, it's about me showing up as myself, the most myself I can be at that moment. And the more you like really take care of this, that, and so on, and get all your needs met, then you're much more like objectively looking at the situation or saying, well, I don't need every person to understand me completely like in that way. They're part of me and like they're part of my life, and that's good. But my life, why I don't feel misunderstood, is because I have the whole, because I have so many different influences, because I have so many different places where I take something from. And if there's one part of you that you feel like that is still in you, that you are not sharing with anybody because you feel they don't understand it, like look out, search for it, see where you could share that. Like there are places, there like, let's say you have, you believe in certain, whatever it is that's in your mind, like that you're interested in, go in those forums, go in those places, like talk to people, like do videos, like like do a blog, but like start conversation. See that everything like that I said, like the real world is out there and then you have the internet. That's not the case anymore. It's all one. So why do you feel like you're just living in your little town where nobody understands you when you have the whole world? And you can always find people who share a specific thing with you that you can share. And if there's nobody that you find who shares what you believe in, you can just start your own, just to start conversations, like just whatever it is. You can start a movement, right? I did that. Like you can even do that. It's not like, it's not like you have to find something. You can create it, and then you'll see how many people are just waiting for somebody to do that. Because then they see, oh, I'm not alone. That's something I believe in. And even if it's just you sharing your thoughts on blogs, like through music, there are people who connect with other people just by sharing their music on SoundCloud. Like there's so many ways you can like share your artistic like side on Pinterest and like really share with people and see people who have similar tastes and similar like where you feel like, oh, they're also living in a similar world mentally as I am. There's so many ways. So please find an outlet for your joy. If you want to act, if you want to do that, go into those fields. You have to take responsibility for your life and understand that it's not that one person, it's not that environment. You have to like add things to your life that will get your needs met and then that specific thing, and you'll never feel misunderstood again. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video, I'm just like a little irritated from this light everywhere. Okay, sorry about that. I hope that video helped you. Let me know in the comments what your opinion is on being misunderstood. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe. I wish you a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.